to. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Come on. 70 Lion.
Now Penix to throw on second down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, like all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit over-eager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. There's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
On first down, it's Hurts. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Jalen Walker. He gets into drop it. It's a loss of 8. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. Again about 6 before he's taken down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. This is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. Shotgun snaps now to Hurts. That's taken in.
Yeah, you're going to lose, boy.
Not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball. Force a turnover on down. The drive of the game here. Run by Robinson. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
At the 33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Here's a second and 3 from the 33.
Let's go now. Rocco 80. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Penix. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. God Campbell in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's third down. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready up.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long.
Panther 60. Cougar 19.
They'll throw. It's Penix. Oh, this pass was dialed in right now. They get him again. to record the sack. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down.
Ready? Liking 18, go!
4th down, and here's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th. They will turn it over on down.
So I'm not sure if this is miscommunication or just bad execution, but either way, this is a ball that just needs to be completed. I mean, it's 4th down, money moment. You've got to be good in these critical situations. And
that is caught by the tight end, Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
For the 2-point conversion.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That'll be caught. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. He's inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 78 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2.
That is caught. They're going to get the 2 points. Don't go away just yet. They are back to within a score.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Here comes Will Shipley on the return. A big mistake here. He's going to be down at the 2-yard line.
They're on the 2-yard line.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 15-yard line. 16 yards on the game. And a quick 1st down.
That's good for an Eagles 1st down. A gain of 16 yards. And an Eagle 1st down.
Once again, it's Barkley. Room to run at the 30. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
1st and 10.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. To the right side, caught by Goddard. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36.
Hey, 73. Anyway, up.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6. Second down, they need 3. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop.
Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. And a nice return here as well. Takes it up to the 45-yard line.
The third down pass. Intercepted. The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
This is first and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's caught. Right side. It's London. Here comes second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the Eagles' 49-yard
Throwing
line.
is Penix. He'll look London's way again. This complete again. Now he's loose down the right sideline. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here is Shipley on the return. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you. It's going to be backed up now to start this drive.
They're on the 6-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. They'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. Off the play fake, Hurts. Right back to Brown, he's got it again. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they'll stop with 25 seconds remaining on the clock.
First down, Philadelphia.
A first down throw for Hurts. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Now a timeout. That's their first. Clock stop. 51 seconds to go in the game. to give. Here's Dillon. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. The Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout. The clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this is a pretty good result. That kick will head out of bounds at their own 23-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here's Penix. Now, deep ball for London. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
Oh, and they had a shot there, Mike. Just overthrows his man, and this just comes down to just continuing to get on the same page. This is a feel throw, a feel route. Just puts a little too much air on it, and he just can't quite run it down.
Here we go. One final play. He's going to dial up another deep ball, and that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
What's happening? What's happening? Hey, hey, it's your boy Lil Jon. The Pick Your Me Click. What's up, Phony? What's happening? What's up, Sean Paul? What's happening? Hey, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Turn this thing on out. Now, let me see everybody do this. Hey, let's go. Snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey.
We're a couple of miles from the Colorado State Capitol building. It's in Power Field at Mile High here in Denver. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. And off we go here from Mile High. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Oh, my son. Ready. Buddy. Let's hunt.
For Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap. On 2nd down, it's Nix. And he let him bit too much. The pass is incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. Got it into the hands of Mims. 13 yards on that pass play. First down, Broncos.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A run with the Central Florida punter, R.J. Harvey. That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A run once more, that's Harvey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 14 on that one. Good for a Denver 1st down.
Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. Moving to his left. He's going to keep it himself. And he is out of bounds. Mark him at the 25. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Play action now. It's Nix. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
And now, after that opening touchdown, the offense is going to stay out and go for 2.
The Broncos will
To throw is Nix. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So now, after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. Here is Shipley on the return. Uh-oh. Finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Up the sideline, past midfield. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line.
16 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On play action, Hurts. Oh, he's got a man, his tight end, Goddard. And he's in. Dallas Goddard. Touchdown, Philadelphia. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here's Dobbins. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Down back at the 27.
A run with Dobbins. Room to run at the 40. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he is gone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
This is Hawk. He's got it. And they tack 2 boys onto their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, let him do the rest.
Oh, this ball is going to wind up nowhere close to the landing zone. Definite mishit there. This one's going to be spotted out beyond the 40. Here's a handoff to Barkley. Pass midfield to the 45. He's inside the 25. And he will score. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
You just have to find a way defensively to step up there and get a stop. It's one thing to give up 6. You allow a touchdown. But now dig deep, man. Get a stop. Looked like there was some confusion, and offense is going to come away with 8.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. We'll go play action with Hicks. Open man downfield. That's Ingram. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play to kick off this drive. 52 yards.
First down.
As that play unfolded, Mike, I thought he was going to have a chance to find the end zone for the 2nd time here today. And I'll be honest, if I'm the play caller, at the end of this drive, I might give him one more shot at the end zone. But either way, they got to be thinking coming away here with 6.
A first down throw for Nix. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing. Nix. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter.
A gain of 5
So,
yards.
a little extra time to think about what to do on 4th down as we are through quarter number 1. 16-14 is the score. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to run, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
That's the way to get started. A pick up a 17 and a very quick 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
King, Phil King. Crowd left Yeti.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth 1st half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. 3rd and a long way to go. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete. Tight end got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. Good for 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Trey Greenlaw in on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup.
2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
Hey, 73. Let's go. Trip. Hey. Delta.
They'll run the toss to Barkley. A dive for the end zone, but he loses the football.
Trust me, Mike, I've been there. You're this close to the goal line. You're thinking you're going to score, and it's going to be 6. You're fighting, you're clawing, but you can't lose the ball. Everything has to be about protecting the football. Your heart drops and that ball slips out of your hands, and in this case, kind of dodges a bullet as this one goes harmlessly out of bounds.
2nd and goal at the Broncos' 4-yard line.
Tiger Swamp. Hey, even 63 back.
On 2nd down, Hurts. He's got it at the 3. Here's the timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
Brings up 3rd and
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball,
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the two-point conversion. He's going to try to do it himself. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They marked him short. The try for two, unsuccessful. Halftime, coming close. And not much time left as this one is kicked away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw is Nix. Out to his right. He's got a man downfield. It's Mims. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Now this is a surprise. Right out of the locker room, they'll try the onside kick.
Pretty bold call right there, but what you're looking for out of the locker room is just a spark of some sort. They thought they could get it on their special teams. They don't. Now they put their defense in a tough spot, trying to not allow them to extend this lead.
They'll run it to the right here with Barkley.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. P.J. Watt up to make the tackle.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. To throw is Hurts. Forced out left. And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
He's got this one complete to Goddard. And he's going to have the Eagles first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on 4th down.
The 16-yard line.
Now Hurts. They'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a hold up, but he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to...
Good blocking, and he's in. A.J. Dillon. Touchdown, Eagles.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Will set up for the two-point conversion.
Hurts now. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
13 yards on the play. That's good for our Broncos.
Nick snap on first and 10. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down. Here's Nix to throw. That's swung out to Harvey. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Broncos.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up second and 18 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Like 44.
On second down, it's Nix. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. That one good for 29.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's first and 10.
11.
He'll give it to Dobbins. Showing off the elusiveness there. Able to dance his way forward. It's a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4. It's now
Captain.
second and 6.
Chill.
Now, a second down throw, and he's going to be taken down. A sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter.
It's now third and 11.
Hey, we're good.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And he will score. Game on. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting? Everybody's looking to end every drive with 6, but when you can turn that 6 into 8, man, what a confidence boost coming off the field, and they're going to force their opponent now to start chasing.
Past midfield.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10.
No touch, sir. No touch.
On the ground, this is Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On second down, Barkley. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
On third down, they'll go with Saquon. Only need a yard, and it's fourth down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. He'll try and get there on the ground, and he's going to have an Eagles first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up. They convert, and the drive stays alive.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Great.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Great. Set. King. No touch.
Once again, it's Barkley. The ball comes out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down.
Great. No touch.
They'll run it here with Saquon.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
The Broncos going to signal for their third and final timeout. Talk things over before third down.
Great. Set. No touch.
They'll try to run for it with Dillon. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up fourth down.
Typically, I'm the first one to be screaming up here to keep your offense on the field. Be aggressive and go for it. But I think at this stage of the fourth quarter, possessions are at a premium. I think you take this field goal, make it a 2-possession game, and I think now it's really hard for your opponent to have enough time to come back.
Hey, 73. 63. No touch.
He'll throw on fourth down with Hurts. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but has the first down. They took the chance, threw it on fourth down, and they end up with first and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Great.
The Lord, oh, that's so typical. Body overdoing this, that's so typical. Chain like a god, that's so typical. Still more of this, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical, visual, I feel like the one. Yeah, I wake up every morning and thank God for my lungs. Cause I'm breathing so good, I know I don't have to run. When you're looking this good, no one can tell you to jump, to swim. Yeah, I'm trying to ride the wave, I'm trying to get me paid, I'm trying to move and shake, I'm trying to walk away. I swear my wrists are great, I'm getting used to change. Face of a mortal, that's so typical. Body of the dominance, that's so typical. Tail like a god, that's so typical. Still more of this, so typical. Don't wanna talk about it, so cynical. So cut it out like a umbilical. Don't wanna risk the ouch of the ridicule. It's so typical.
These restless eyes of mine will sit in to my heart and sugar. In a jumbled life of glitter, dream hit concrete, mind all jerk up. Tend to think in 1,000 thoughts, I'll pop through north to the voice, get bored. Endless stairs in a sinking door, I search for things I don't need no more. Baby, I'm typically every day, can't call it shady. I'm airing you cause I'm an anxious state, the worries daily. But if I link my G's, it goes away down honey lane. I gallivant with darling, baby, jet, jet, jet.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love, the place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Philadelphia Eagles. Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. I'd say the defense will take this today. They're across the line, handing them a loss. First play of the game. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Hurts now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3 and out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
The one heads towards the sideline, not returnable. Well done. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
On second down, here's Barkley. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they couldn't throw for it on third down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
And it's the same as a touchback here. This one down right at the 20-yard line. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. These drives quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Escapes the pocket. He's got Brown. And this play reaches the 35 before he comes to an end. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down. You start with a string of incompletions, Brock. You've told me this before. Getting that first one to connect feels really good.
Yeah, it just kind of settles you down and everybody else around you. Not too different than seeing the ball go through the net or make a nice birdie putt. Yeah, you just want to gain some confidence.
Got a man downfield, and Goddard has it. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles go up 6-0 here in the first. Dallas Goddard the touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Tank Bigsby here with a return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. It's a design boot. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
I can speak from personal experience on this one. That is the absolute worst nightmare as a quarterback. When you call that bootleg and you turn around and all you see is nothing but a big old defensive end, yeah, your interest switch from getting rid of the ball to a little self-preservation. The job just simply hanging on to the football. I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted.